real quick, throw out your favorite and your least favorite moves of the entire offseason. I'll start it real quick from my perspective. I had someone wrote down. It changed real quick. The Saints signing Jamal Williams, absolutely perfect move. 3-year deal. We'll get the back end of his, the good part of his end of his career. He's still got a lot left since he led the league in rushing touchdowns last year. It's hard not to like what he can bring to an offense. It's more about what he brings to a locker room.
He brings the hype, dude. He brings the juice.
He's just an energy guy, and a Saints need a guy like that. And that's a little bit of a homer pick, so I'll also say my other favorite pick, Cole Holcomb to the Steelers. Steelers have been in absolute desperate need for an inside linebacker. Cole Holcomb is one of the better inside linebackers in today's league. Got a 3-year contract. Don't know the numbers, so it's my favorite right now. It could not be, depending on the numbers that he gets. I don't think he'll get anything that's just mind-blowingly crazy that will make me change my opinion on that. But I just think, where the Steelers are right now, they're not looking to make big splashes, but this is a splash for your future. Cole Holcomb is a younger tight end. Linebacker. So for me, smart move. Plus, Cole Holcomb comes from a really good, solid defense. Even though the Commanders weren't amazing last year, that defense is loaded with talent, and they've been good pretty much the last 4 years. They've been pretty solid. And then leading to my least favorite, it's the guy that took Jamal's spot with the Lions, David Montgomery. 3 years, $18 million. First of all, I want to point out, I've been a David Montgomery defender, but there's no reason, in my opinion, that man should be getting more money than Jamal Williams. Jamal Williams has produced, he's played, he has been on the field, and somehow David Montgomery is going to get more money than him. I get he's younger. I get that. That's a respectful opinion. And it's honestly probably is the correct opinion. But for me, I've defended him long enough. I don't, I've had him on my fantasy teams mainly why I've defended him. I don't. It's a decent move for the Lions. You wanted to fill that Jamal role for him leaving, but
look at it this way: is that really an upgrade or is it a downgrade?
Well, that's my thing. Is like
plus the play styles different. What's different between him and Swift?
It's exactly
Jamal gave you that north and south run.
Yeah, Swift gives you the electric, the explosive moves, but Jamal
the receiving and everything.
But Jamal is that guy that you want your third down back. You need a third inches.
You're on the 2-yard line. You need to run up the middle.
Dude, there's a reason he had 18 rushing touchdowns.
You literally watch any Lions game last year. If they had the ball inside the 5-yard line,
he gave it
DeAndre Swift was never on the
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Thank you. Exactly. So, honestly, it's weird for the Lions to make this move. I like it for David Montgomery because it's a very good situation for David Montgomery. But for the Lions, just don't bring back the guy that pretty much was the spark of your team last year. He was everything when it came to that spark besides Dan Campbell, it felt like. So for me,
your kneecaps off.
It was less of a talent thing. I think David Montgomery will be a good running back. Locker room, I just don't understand the move for the Lions. But that's my least and most favorite moves of this offseason so far. Red, how about you hit us with yours?
Man, my favorite move, and dude, this is going to be a very boring pick because it's an offensive lineman. The Texans trade a 6 to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and get Shaq Mason and a 7th-round pick.
That's a move.
I like it.
Look, dude, for the Texans, D'Amico Ryans, in my opinion, is killing his first offseason. It'll depend on the draft.
You got Jimmy Ward, too. Jimmy Ward came from San Fran.
You can't say it, halfway through. But so far, I love what he's doing with all these contracts. And Shaq Mason is he had his worst PFF graded season last year. It still was around middle pack for guards. And then before that, he was a top, I think, 6 rated guard in his first 4 or 5 seasons. So it's and then you only give up a 6th and get this guy in a 7th.
Psych.
For the Texans, there's 1 year left on his contract. He's got $8.5 million cap hit. After this season, get rid of him. Pay Laramie Tunsil if you want to. If not, trade Laramie Tunsil this season. Mason has a good year. You re-sign him for cheap next year.
Yeah.
So, for a young quarterback, I think that's a great move. That's one of those under the radar moves that nobody's talking about that is has a huge impact. Mm-hmm. And then my least favorite move, man, another kind of boring one, but think we all might be able to agree, at least me, I think this is an overpay. Dalvin Tomlinson to the Browns. 4 years, $57 million.
Wait, what?
He got a bag.
No. Wait.
No, look, the first 2 years, he only has a cap hit of just barely over $4 million in 2023.
So they pushed it. Oh, wow.
6.5 in 2024, and then it goes up to around 19.5.
What the
And by then, he
That's
will be
crazy.
31 and 32. Okay, that's the part that I don't like is, which they
Why
do.
do you push the money?
Yeah,
well,
why?
They do have a way for in his third season, they can, if they want to get out of it, they can make the dead cap hit 17 million over 2 seasons. But so you're basically stuck with him for 4.
You
way.
are having,
Yeah.
You signed yourself to a 4-year
You
contract.
can save some money, but either way, you're going to have a cap hit of at least 8 million for the next, or you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and then you're going to be paying a defensive tackle who's 32, who's already on the decline.
Yep.
I guess I'll say it like this. It's a overpay now, or either you gave him the contract too late.
Yeah.
If this is the first contract he gets after his rookie deal, he's 26. This contract ends when he's 30. Perfect.
Yep.
But at this point, he's 29. I just don't get it if you're the Browns. I just don't get it.
No. What CDM? What's your favorite and least favorite moves?
My favorite move is going to be Tremaine Edmonds getting a bag from the Bears.
Okay. So
Yeah, I thought I was going to pull that Jalen Ramsey stuff. No.
And
So-
I'm going to be honest.
Yeah.
I know you. Now, see, I know Ethan is going to think that he got overpaid. $72 million for somebody that is only 24 years old and putting up the numbers that he is doing is, I think, well deserved, especially for a franchise that needs a player like him. I mean, he is a great locker room presence, a great leader on and off the field. He has no off the field troubles at all, and he's a monster too. Trust me, I had to play against, like, my team played against him. I know what this man can do. He is a
Carson's out
stud.
there.
I'm out here lined up at wide receiver, just like
Carson's the locker room manager. Yeah.
No, dude, it's like I like Edmonds. I think he's really good. One of the best
he's
inside
just so
linebackers.
young. He's so young too.
He is really young. It's just the fact that like okay, we'll have to see the Cole Holcomb deal.
Yeah, that's my thing. I want to see where Cole matches between these two
I
guys.
feel like
You
it's
think
not.
you think the Steelers going to pay him more than
No, I'm saying that's why I think it's an oversell because like if Cole Holcomb's getting $6 million a year, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which I mean, Tremaine Edmonds is better. I'm not saying he's not a good player, but if this was 4 years, it's a 4-year, $72 million contract
with $50 million
Guaranteed.
Yeah, if it was 4 years, $52 million with 30 guaranteed, then it's like okay, good. I don't hate it. I just think I think it's an overpay.
I mean, I could see everybody looking at it as an overpay, but I'd also you have to look at it as you're gonna get that defensive presence on the other side of the ball
fair.
now.
That's fair.
Like I mean, you haven't had a defensive presence like that since Khalil Mack probably.
Yeah.
And-
Brian Urlacher when it comes to linebackers.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, linebacker
It's been a
especially.
minute.
Like I mean, it's been a minute since you've had a guy like that.
And they traded Roquan Smith
Yeah,
last
they
year.
traded
Yeah,
the only
exactly.
good
They
one.
do need some people. I'll
Yeah,
give
they
you
need
that.
some people. So I think they hit on this one. Plus, he's only 24 years old. He's not even in his prime yet, in my opinion. Like he's not hit it. But that's my favorite.
He was a baller in college.
Oh my god, dude, he's insane. But that was my favorite. That was my favorite thing that happened in the offseason. My favorite trade. My least favorite probably. I probably have to go with Pat Pete going to the Steelers. Man, it's just like overpaid him, and he's old.
Yeah.
Like I mean,
Especially after you lose Sutton,
Yeah.
they're number 2. Hell, he might have even been their number 1. I can't remember.
I mean, it
number
was
2.
just I just didn't see it working out for them. Once again, he's a veteran locker. Like he can help coach up the young bucks that they have on the roster. I just don't see it working out. I can honestly see him retiring after this year, just because. I mean, I don't know what Pittsburgh's going to do. I don't know how their season's going to play out, especially with the new team that they have. But we'll see what happens. But that's probably my least favorite, just because they also paid him $10 million as well.
Yeah, dude. There's, in my opinion, and I'm not saying this because I'm a homer. I don't see how Patrick Peterson is getting paid more than Stephon Gilmore.
Yeah,
That's what
that doesn't
it
make-
doesn't
yeah.
make any sense at all. Like it
I-
doesn't.
I'm a Pat Pete. I've loved that man since he was at LSU. He's one of my.
I respect him.
He's one of
I
my
respect the
favorite
man.
NFL players of all time. That wasn't weird.
Satan.
We just had a ghost open the door. But yeah, like I'm a Pat Pete believer. I've loved Pat Pete since he was at LSU. He's an all-time legend, Hall of Famer. No one's doubting what that guy has done on the field.
Yeah.
Right now, it doesn't make any sense why he's paid more than Stephon Gilmore. Stephon Gilmore has done more recently than Pat Pete's done recently.
Stephon Gilmore has Defensive Player of the Year and a Super Bowl ring.
It's like no one's questioning that Pat Pete's a Hall of Famer. That's not what I'm saying. It's just like
You're paying for a resume.
Yes,
you're
paying to look good.
That is the best way to put it, Red. You are paying for a resume, and it's just I love Pat Pete, and I could say that as many times as I want, but I completely agree. That's just a wild move by the Steelers. It wasn't a bad move. It was just the money. It's
just like you overpaid a veteran. Like, somebody who you want on there, but you shouldn't have to pay that much.
Mm-hmm. At least it's a 1-year deal.
The dude is on the downside of his career, and quote me on it, I honestly think he retires after this season. I think this is the last year that Patrick Peterson will play football. And not disrespecting the guy, respect him tremendously for everything that he's done for the league. It's just, it doesn't make any sense for the Steelers as an organization to pay him that much money.
And I hate to say it, like, he was bad.
Yeah, he was he was not good at the Vikings.
It's not like he was okay. Maybe he can revive his career. Like, at this point, you're getting 60% of what he was even 4 years
Maybe
ago.
not even 60%. Honestly,
yeah,
bro. Like he's on the downside of his career. Like
and he's been on the downside.
50, he's been on the downside for the last 5 years.
I was like, I almost put that as my least favorite because I didn't hate it at first till I saw the number. Like, if it was 1 year, $4 million,
yeah.
Ooh,
but 1 year, $10 million, dude.
That's cornerback 1 or 2 money.
Yeah,
man. I don't think he's that at all.
No, yeah, he's not worth it.
Definitely a wild move, but I think that's going to wrap us up. We could talk about bad moves all day, boys. And we're probably going to see a lot more bad and good moves.
Hey, real quick, I want to shout out an underrated signing.
Oh,
Hayden Hurst to the Panthers.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
That was a good signing. That was a very
3 years, I think $21 million. I'm sure not all that's guaranteed, but not a bad contract at all.
Hopefully
another underrated one was Sam Darnold, I said, too.
Yeah.
You can say what you want about the guy.
For $4 million, that ain't nothing.
Ain't nothing.
Hopefully next time we're on here, we find out where Lamar Jackson's going, so we can talk more about that and talk about a little bit more about Aaron after they get all that done.
Exactly.
But there's so much more to the offseason.
Aaron's going to make sure everybody talks about him.
Oh dear God, he'll be on the
Pat.
Be on the Pat McAfee show next Wednesday talking about it.
I'm actually going to retire. Guys, I've actually thought about it. I'm done playing football.
And Adam Schefter, lose my number.
Yeah. Lose my number, dog.
Deanna Taurasi, Adam Schefter, lose the number.
You're not that guy, pal.
You got to lose the number. It's a wild offseason so far, boys. But and we'll have a lot more to talk about as it keeps progressing.